May God rest their soul. Trump predicts he will face either sleepy Joe Biden or crazy Bernie in 2020, but he doesn't give them much of a chance. Trump made the 2020 Democratic prediction in a tweet on Tuesday night. It followed shortly after an attack on Bernie Sanders and his tax returns. Sanders, considered an underdog in 2016, is now leading Democrat fundraising. Joe Biden has yet to formally announce he's running, but he's widely expected to. By Luke Kenton for DailyMail.com. Published, 2:51 BST, April 17, 2019, updated, 5:50 BST, April 17, 2019. President Donald Trump is predicting that Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden will be the final two Democrats left standing in the 2020 election race, but insists he doesn't fear the competition. Looking ahead to his re-election campaign, Trump tweeted on Tuesday that he believes it will be crazy Bernie Sanders versus sleepy Joe Biden that prevail among the Democratic candidates. However, he warned the pair they'd be running against may be the best economy in the history of our country, and many other great things. In his chest-puffing tweet, Sanders is leading the crowded 2020 Democratic presidential field in fundraising so far, raising $18 million towards his campaign. The Vermont senator declared he'd be running for president for a second time in February. President Donald Trump believes he knows who he will be up against in the 2020 presidential race. Trump has tipped sleepy Joe Biden, left, and crazy Bernie Sanders, right, to prevail in the Democratic 2020 election bid, but says he doesn't fear the competition. The president aired his predictions on Twitter on Tuesday night despite having been considered an underdog during his last bid 3 years ago. The 77-year-old now finds his name circled among the favorites. Former Vice President Biden hasn't announced whether he will be appearing on the ballot just yet, but he's widely expected to enter the race. I look forward to facing whoever it may be, Trump continued. He ended his tweet with a cryptic, "May God rest their soul." Trump's prediction followed a tweet aimed at Sanders regarding his finances, which implied hypocrisy against the progressive lawmakers' hardline views on taxing the country's richest 1%. Bernie Sanders and wife should pay the pre-Trump taxes on their almost $600,000 in income, Trump wrote. He is always complaining about these big tax cuts, except when it benefits him. They made a fortune off of Trump, but so did everyone else, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. The prediction came shortly after Trump denounced Sanders' finances and implied that he was a hypocrite for complaining about tax cuts when he's among the richest 1%. The Sanders campaign released the 77-year-old's tax returns from the past several years, showing earnings of over $1 million in 2016 and 2017. In the run-up to Fox News town hall on Monday night, Bernie Sanders' campaign released a series of the presidential hopeful's tax returns. The figures show that Sanders and his wife, Jane, paid a tax rate of 26% on $561,293 of income last year. The pair also made over $1 million in 2016 and 2017. Nearly $400,000 of Sanders' income came from book sales, credited in large to his 2018 New York Times bestseller, Where We Go From Here. Looks like President Trump is scared of our campaign, Sanders endorsed.